Hey guys, so yesterday I released a video on why the hashtag Muslim ban doesn't even fucking exist. And all the protests that are going on are there for no fucking reason. However, since the protests are going on, the hysteria that's accumulated has been so hilarious that I couldn't avoid that. And I had to make a video covering all the funniest, dumbest points being made across the interwebs and all across the country right now.
Trigger warning. This video violates all forms of safe spaces. Leftists, run immediately.
You're fucking fight!
In response to this so-called Muslim ban, which again, doesn't even fucking exist. So we have to start with this new social media trend and hashtag called hashtag delete Uber. Uber is a very popular app used by millions of people to get across to their destinations needed at the time they want. So why would the SJWs and the libtards pick on this specific company? Well, it's because they were being compassionate. In the JFK airport, the taxi drivers decided to go on strike, which meant that the people within the airport were stuck for arguably however long we'd never know. So what Uber decided to was turn off the surge pricing so that more people could use their cabs to escape that hellhole protest-filled airport at that point. Uber NYC released a tweet saying that they're going to turn off the surge pricing, and then the SJWs went fucking insane. Since this was a social media driven movement, let's just look at the social media reactions to this, I would say, great policy which they wanted to do in order to actually help people. We always know that these social media pushbacks are so driven by constructive criticisms. So let's just look at the first one. At Uber NYC, your company is supporting the death of innocents, with a picture of this person deleting her Uber app. So brilliant. Who could have thought of that? Because you're trying to help people, you're not supporting the death of thousands of people? Really? Is this the best this person can come up with? Like, from what I know, I don't know what the CEO of Uber, where the CEO of Uber stands on this policy of the travel visa halt, which it is. It's not a Muslim ban. But how does getting people out of the airport at low prices support the deaths of thousands of people? Next we have at Uber NYC. Your CEO colludes with this racist, xenophobic, inhumane administration. How long should we be patient for that to change?
Uh-oh, retard alert!
You do know that Uber didn't craft this executive order. You do know that, right? And smearing those who you disagree with as racist. Who could have thought that the SJWs would resort to that tactic? Not me. This is where the real constructive criticisms come. Fuck off to hell. Fuck you. Drive off a cliff, you fucking scabs. And finally, it's a picture of someone pissing on the Uber logo. Well done. You got your point across. That you're some intolerant pricks. Because just because someone tried to help people, you're not smearing them as racist and telling them to fuck off. What way does this help anyone? Does it help the people being detained? Or does it help the people who are trying to go home while they're in the airport? There's actually one legit semi-constructive criticism. Time to switch to Lyft, I guess. Which you're free to do. You should be able to do that. It's a free country. With a free market, you should be able to switch to competitors if you feel you have the need to do so. But what you can't do is tell companies they can't implement a policy that helps its customers or just helps people in general just because you disagree with it. They have the option to turn off the surge pricing, and you have the option to fuck off to Lyft. Next up, we obviously have our great friend Riley Dennis. Personally believes that trans females are not biologically males, and that your biological sex is a social construct. She obviously has some great points to make against this so-called Muslim ban, right?
In my last video, I talked about the Muslim ban.
Wrong within the first 3 seconds. It's not even a Muslim ban. As explained in the video, this was a list crafted by the Obama administration for security threats. And he took that exact list and then used it to temporarily freeze visas from these countries.
People who are permanent residents of the United States, who went through a thorough vetting process, who got a green card, who came here legally, who have probably lived here for years. They have a family, children, like relationships, a job. These people are being denied re-entry into the United States.
Well, actually, the day before you released the video, the courts decided that people who are permanent residents cannot be denied entry to the United States. So now it only applies to people who are seeking admission to the United States.
This is not about national security. This is about Islamophobia.
Islamophobia doesn't exist. Fear of Islam is not rooted in a phobia. A phobia is an irrational fear. Fear of Islam is rational.
It's about racism.
You are a retard.
Oh yes, of course. It's racist to not enter people from certain countries. Did you know that Iranian is not a race? Did you know that Somalian is not a race? Or Libyan is not a race? You should be knowing this, especially considering the fact that they'll throw you off a roof once they get your hands if you come anywhere near ISIS. Not even that. Homophobia is rampant across many Muslims, a significant portion of them. Now that we've vomited that out, let's move on to some Twitter reactions, because that's where the funniest backlashes came from. First off, we have Jeremy Corbyn, the deluded socialist leader of the Labour Party in the UK. And this is what he had to say.
Admiral Donald Trump should not be welcome to Britain, while he abuses our shared values with shameful hashtag Muslim ban and attacks on refugees and women.
Sure, and the people who should be welcome are
Our friends from Hezbollah are friends from Hamas.
It's from the Human Rights Campaign.
Hashtag LGBTQ people are as diverse as the fabric of this nation. And an attack on one of us is an attack on us all. Hashtag no ban, no wall.
Refer to points I made against that white male Riley Dennis, please.
I'm so proud of everyone who's risking so much to speak out against this racist and xenophobic hashtag Muslim ban. Thank you.
Oh my god.
This hashtag Muslim ban is not about national security. It's about white supremacy and the invented threats craven leaders use to justify his existence.
Fucking kidding me. The majority of the people who immigrate to the United States today are non-white, they're non-European. This phrase does nothing to advance white supremacy. If Donald Trump was really a white supremacist, he would just deny all immigration from all non-European countries, which he obviously hasn't done. And it's a freeze on these specific countries. So once the freeze ends, these people will be again allowed entry, depending on if they meet the vetting process. Well, there we have it. This was my video on the hilarious reactions to this fake Muslim ban. Always look forward to new videos, and if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Peace.